Well, you know, most of us are back to work and the kids are back to school. For many, reality is setting in after the holidays. Many people, they put off the bad news, they put off the troubles during the holidays, but they have to face them. You may consider a bankruptcy. I've said this before. When bankruptcy is beyond your control, when things have happened to you and you're not planning a bankruptcy and you're a victim of financial circumstances, it's sometimes the only way out, and it's a viable way out. Kevin Heupel is with Colorado Bankruptcy Help, and I like his approach, and I'm going to tell you why in a few instances here. Kevin Heupel, first of all, is offering a special. I'd like to call it a Martino special, but it's a Heupel special.
Sure.
$9.99. People always ask, how much is it going to cost? $999, he's saying. For $999, you will get what?
You will get a full-service attorney bankruptcy. We will take your documents, we will draft your petition, we will review it with an attorney, and the attorney will go with you to the 341 or the meeting of creditors, and it includes the court filing fee, which is $299. So $999 is all of it.
Exactly. That's the filing fee, preparation of all the paperwork, and court appearance.
And legal advice.
And legal advice, of course. Now, why is that important? Well, some attorneys say, yeah, we'll do a bankruptcy cheap, and then you get a big pile of homework, right? And you have to fill out loads of paperwork and everything. And basically what the attorney does is simply file it, but you're making it all out. And then what about the filing fees? That often doesn't count. They say that's attorney fees. Oh, you still owe $300 to file it.
Yeah, like you see these discounts, $475 bankruptcy.
Yes.
That just means they draft your petition, hand it to you, say, good luck. You know, take it down to court, file it, go to the meeting yourself. You got to complete the process. With our $999 special, we are doing the process for you.
All right, here's what I want to know. In order to get that, they have to come into you and get this done within 30 days, which you can do easily.
Yeah, we can turn a petition around in a day.
Okay, so if they bring you the right stuff, you can get it together, file within a day or two. The whole process will be done within 30 days.
Correct.
And paid within 30 days, and they get the $999 special.
Right.
All right, but I want to know, who goes bankrupt? Who are you seeing?
Right now, we're still seeing people that are having the fallout from the real estate market. You know, they got into a home that was overvalued, the values dropped, they can't afford the payments anymore, and they got to walk away.
They can't refinance?
Can't refinance. Loan modifications are only delaying the inevitable, and so they're looking at your bankruptcy as a relief to get out of it.
That's real estate. The next problem, unemployment.
Unemployment, and especially with the baby boomer generation, we are seeing people that formerly had high incomes. I'm talking 6-digit incomes.
Down to nothing.
Down to nothing, living on the credit cards. It's their only way to get by. Job market's horrible. Can't find an income to replace it. And now we're looking at a bankruptcy to recover.
Okay, so you have the real estate market, you have unemployment, medical problems.
Yeah, you can never predict medical. And when it comes up, bankruptcy is a great solution for it because it will take care of all your medical debt.
Now, let's dispel some of the myths. You call yourself Colorado Bankruptcy Help because you like to help people with questions and answers. So I'm going to be a caller. I heard you can't go bankrupt anymore. Why do people say that?
There was a law change in 2005 that put some restrictions in place for Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is your liquidation. It gets rid of everything but taxes and student loans. And they think, well, you can't file anymore. Well, what they did is they just made it income and family size. So if you're a single person under $47,000 a year, you're certainly eligible for bankruptcy. But with every rule or law, there are always exceptions to it.
Right.
And we find 99% of the people are still eligible for Chapter 7, despite the law change.
Okay, the next one, I'll lose everything.
You don't. I mean, retirement's 100% protected. So if you're somebody who wants to tap your retirement to pay debt, call me first. Let's not sacrifice your future for a debt problem today.
Yeah, because some people cash in their retirement, then go bankrupt after they've used all the exempt money. Exempt means it's exempt from creditors.
Yeah, you don't lose it.
Right.
You know, cars, you're allowed up to $5,000 of equity. That's after you take the value minus the loan.
And
same with homes.
Few people have $5,000 in equity.
Yeah, if you got a car payment, you don't have any equity.
What about tools?
Tools of the trade, is that what you're talking about? You get up to $20,000. You know, so if you're a painter and you're out doing your business, typically you're fine. You can always do your business.
So most people, as far as material possessions, end up the same afterwards as they are before.
Right. The only thing that you would really lose in a bankruptcy I ever find are timeshares. If you have a timeshare that's paid off, it's going to go.
That's actually a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or if you had like an expensive piece of art or jewelry maybe.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you had something that was beyond the exemption, you know, jewelry, you're allowed up to $2,000 with it. So if it's more than that, and we're talking pawn shop price too. I mean, we got to be realistic.
Okay, so someone comes into you, and what's the process, Kevin?
They come in, they meet with me or one of my staff. We show them how it works. We show them what chapter they should file. And if they decide to retain us, we take all their documents. We prepare their petition. They come back, we review it, we make sure everything's correct. We file in the court for them. 30 days later, they go to their meeting of creditors. We're there with them. 2 months after the meeting, they get a discharge. They're out of debt. And that's Chapter 7. Chapter 13 is pretty similar. Time frames are a little different.
And you do 13s?
We do.
Okay. Now, a 13 is a little more complicated, but people sometimes do that if they have a first and second on their home because they want to get rid of a second. Can you explain that?
Right. You can pull off a second mortgage in a Chapter 13.
Just get rid of it.
If the value of your home is less than the balance of the first mortgage.
So if you have a $100,000 home and a $102,000 first mortgage, or 105, and then you have a second for 50, that 50 goes away.
Right, we can pull it off. We call it a strip off.
A strip off. And so they only have to deal with the the first deed of trust or the first mortgage.
Right, they'll continue making their payments through to the first mortgage like normal. During the life of the plan, 3 to 5 years, they don't pay the second mortgage at all, and then it's removed.
And people hear they owe money on a car or on something. They hear about a cram down. What is a cram down?
If you bought a car for personal use more than 2.5 years ago, you can pay the car off for its value rather than what you owe. So you know how it is. You go out and you buy a brand new car.
Wow.
2 years later, you're 10 grand upside down.
So if the car's now worth $10,000, but you owe 18 or 20, you only have to pay the 10?
Right. We take away the other $8,000 and $10,000 and we discharge it. We get rid of it.
Because it's over the value.
Right.
You see, these are a lot of things you need to know about bankruptcy. We can't go over all of them. Kevin Heupel, Colorado Bankruptcy Help, can answer your questions. Give him a call and ask about the $9.99 special for a 30-day bankruptcy, 30 days or less for filing and payment. 720-319-8900. 720-319-8900. That's Colorado Bankruptcy Help. And online, it's co bankruptcyhelp.com. CO for Colorado. CO bankruptcyhelp.com. Paula?
All right.